kindly commence the proceedings of the meeting by addressing this dignified virtual gathering on behalf of the board. I request you all to please welcome Mr. Kapil Kapoor, who is presiding over this meeting.
Thank you, Jaya. A very good evening, dear shareholders, my fellow board members, other stakeholders and dignitaries present in this meeting. I welcome you all to the 28th Annual General Meeting of the company. I hope that you, along with your family members and loved ones, are keeping safe and are in good health. Pursuant to the circulars issued by the MCA and SEBI, the Annual General Meeting is being held through video conferencing facility provided by National Securities Depository Limited. We have the requisite quorum present through video conference to conduct the proceedings of the meeting. Participation of members through video conference is being reckoned for the purpose of quorum as per the circulars issued by MCA and Section 103 of the Companies Act 2013. The reason I get this meeting into order. First, it is my pleasure to introduce the members of the board present in this meeting to you all. I would also request each member to acknowledge when I introduce him or her. Mr. Sajeev Bikhchandani, founder and executive vice chairman of the company, is attending the AGM from Noida. Mr. Hitesh Roy, co-promoter, managing director, and chief executive officer of the company, is also attending the AGM from Noida.
Hi, good evening.
Mr. Chintan director and finance officer of the company, is attending the AGM from Noida.
Good evening.
Mr. Pavan Goyal, the whole-time director of the company, is also attending the AGM from Noida.
Good evening.
Ms. Geeta Mathur, an independent director of the company and chairperson of the Audit Committee, Corporate Social Responsibility Committee, and Risk Management Committee, attending the AGM from New Delhi. Mr. Sharad Malik, an independent director of the company and chairman of the Nomination and Remuneration Committee, attending the AGM from Princeton, USA.
Good evening.
Ms. Aruna Sundararajan, an independent director of the company, is attending the AGM from Trivandrum.
Good evening.
Mr. Arindam Kumar Bhattacharya, an independent director of the company, is attending the AGM from London. And Mr. Sanjeev Sachar, an additional independent director of the company, attending the AGM from Gurugram.
Good evening, everyone.
Mr. Ashish Gupta, independent director of the company, is not attending the meeting due to prior commitments and has sought leave of absence. In compliance with the requirements of the Secretarial Standard 2 on general meetings, the representatives of the statutory auditors and the secretarial auditors are also present in the meeting through video conferencing. We also have other key executives of the company attending the meeting. Now I request our company secretary, Ms. Jaya Bhatia, to read the arrangements made for the members at this 28th AGM.
Sure, sir. The company has enabled the members to participate at the 28th Annual General Meeting through video conferencing facility. The facility for joining this meeting through video conference is made available for the members on first-come, first-served basis. The proceedings of this meeting are being webcasted live for all our shareholders as per the details provided in the notice to the AGM. The proceedings of this Annual General Meeting shall be deemed to have been conducted at the registered office of the company. The register of directors and key managerial personnel, the register of contracts or arrangements mentioned in the AGM is been made electronic inspection in the members seeking to inspect any of these documents can send requests to investors@naukri.com. As the AGM is being held through video conferencing, the facility for appointment proxies was not applicable and hence the proxy register for the inspection is not available. The company has received requests from few members to register themselves as speakers at this meeting. Accordingly, the floor will be open for these members to ask questions or express their views, and we will facilitate this session once the chairman opens the floor for questions and answers. It may be noted that the company reserves the right to limit the number of members asking questions depending on the availability of time at this AGM. Members can also post their views or questions on communication box or send their queries on email ID investors@naukri.com, and the company will respond to the same within 15 days. The company has provided the facility to cast votes electronically on all resolutions set forth in the AGM notice. Members who have not cast their votes yet electronically and who are participating in this meeting will have an opportunity to cast their votes during the meeting through e-voting system provided by NSDA. The members may note that the proceedings are also being recorded for the compliance purposes. Please do not disclose any personal information or personally identifiable information belonging to you or any other person no bearing on the meeting. Recorded video of the proceedings of this meeting will be available on the website of the company and NSL. The transcript of the AGM will also be uploaded on the website of the company. Thank you.
Thank you, Joya. The company has taken all the efforts feasible by the company to enable members to participate and vote on the items being considered at the meeting. Before we take up items as per the notice, let me present to you the key highlights of performance for the financial year 23. Dear shareholders, it gives me great pleasure in once again addressing you all at the 28th AGM of the company. As I speak, the global economy is going through a structural transformation with several advanced economies witnessing significant economic slowdown, while several new economies emerging as growth drivers. The good news is that the WHO announced in May 2023 that it no longer considers COVID-19 to be a global health emergency. Supply chains have largely recovered and shipping costs and suppliers' delivery times are back to pre-pandemic levels. However, the forces that hindered growth in the calendar year 2022 persist. Inflation remains high and continues to erode household purchasing power. Policy tightening by central banks in response to inflation has raised the cost of borrowing, constraining economic activity. Immediate concerns about the health of the banking sector have subsided, but high interest rates are filtering through the financial system, and banks in advanced economies have significantly tightened lending standards, curtailing the supply of credit. According to IMF's World Economic Update, in July 23, global growth is projected to fall from 3.5% in the year 2022 to 3% in both calendar years 2023 and 2024. Since Infoedge is largely an India-focused business group, the global economic and business dynamics will have some indirect repercussions in terms of capital flows, market valuations of its investments, and demand dynamics of its different businesses. Importantly, India stands out as a bright spot in terms of economic fundamentals and growth projections. In fact, with a strong recovery in the second half, India's GDP grew by 7.2% in the financial year 2023. The growth levels are lower than the 9.1% recorded in the financial year 2022. But that was on the back of a COVID-driven economic contraction in the financial year 2021. Going forward, according to the United Nations estimate, even as higher interest rates and weaker external demand will continue to weigh on investment and exports, India is expected to grow by around 6.7% in the calendar year 2024, and at this level of growth is expected to persist. In the near term. This makes India one of the fastest growing economies of its size in the world. Clearly, while one appreciates that short-term challenges exist, India stands out as a potential economic outperformer in the global context. A major positive externality of the pandemic has been the impetus it has provided to adoption of online activities in the country. It can easily be said in terms of internet penetration, the country has reached levels that it would be at 5 to 7 years from now if the pre-COVID rate of penetration growth was maintained. According to the latest IMAI Cantor study for the calendar year 2022, 52% of Indians, that is about 759 million, are active internet users who are accessing the internet at least once a month. The number is expected to grow to 900 million by 2025. In a population of over 1.4 billion, this is for the first time that the majority of Indians have become active internet users. Of the 759 million active internet users in India for 2022, 399 million are from rural India, while 360 million are from urban India, indicating that rural India continues to drive the growth of internet in the country. In fact, urban India, with approximately 71% internet penetration, witnessed only 6% growth, while most of the overall gain in numbers came in from rural India, which witnessed 14% growth rate over the past 1 year. It is estimated that 56% of all new internet users in India will be from rural India by 2025. Clearly, India has already a large online population, which is also expected to grow over the next few years. Infoedge is a company with a portfolio of businesses in the internet space, and this development provides major impetus to our future business prospects. In addition to the growth in connectivity, India, in line with global developments, is witnessing accelerated adoption of certain technology changes. The primary development is in the field of artificial intelligence, which is poised to disrupt many existing business processes. Infoedge has been focusing on adoption of these new technologies to support the next generation of productive tools being deployed in the organization. Consequently, there are steady investments in data science, artificial intelligence, and machine learning capabilities. These are essentially driven by initiatives around generative AI and machine learning. All these efforts continue to augment our user experience, brand building on social media, and our go-to-markets initiatives for new products and services. It gives me pleasure to highlight that within Naukri.com today, there is one of India's largest data science labs with over 50 highly qualified data scientists. They are regularly working on leveraging AI and ML to improve matching algorithms and recommendations. The Government of India and its regulatory framework continue to play a proactive role in the growth and development of the internet-based businesses industry, our area of operations. As I speak, there are certain ongoing developments in Indian internet agreement which can impact the business. These include the Digital Personal Data Protection Bill 2022 has been passed in the Parliament and has recently become an act. This act will affect the way industry processes personal data going forward. Separate laws for regulating the digital space are being formulated, which includes the Digital Competition Bill and the Digital India Bill to regulate competition and encourage online safety, trust, and accountability in the digital medium. The Telecom Bill 2022 is proposed to replace the Indian Telegraph Act 1885, the Indian Wireless Telegraph Act 1933, and the Telegraph Buyers Unlawful Possession Act of 1950. This new bill can potentially impact our business if we provide communication service through any of our websites. For our business operations, we recognize two important things that drive the space where we operate. First, it is very important to continually stay focused on our objectives while regularly innovating and staying ahead of the curve in terms of competition in the market. Second, the business is largely about seeding and germinating new ideas continuously, which requires a sense of ownership and freedom amongst the team members executing the initiatives. Consequently, it is imperative for Infoedge as a company to evolve as a business with structures and processes in place that can support these twin objectives. This also means that there are strategic limitations in the size and depth of internal teams that we support and develop. Consequently, in addition to our core businesses, we have developed a mechanism of making investments into external teams, developing new businesses, and over the last few years, this mechanism has evolved and become more structured. As you all know, our company is organized around three groups of businesses. The core business verticals, namely recruitment, real estate, matrimonial, and education. These are managed through focused internal teams. While each of the businesses in this portfolio has attained market leadership, they are in different stages of growth and profitability in line with the markets where they operate. In these businesses, the focus is to enlarge the bouquet of services and create greater revenue streams while continuously striving to maintain market leadership. This is the core standalone business, which is primarily focused on growth and cash generation. The core activities are supported by a series of strategic investments in the operating businesses. These investments range from 100% ownership to majority ownership to even minority investments, depending on the relevance, long-term vision, and operating partners' goals. These are primarily into services and products that add value and complement the core offering, and is essentially an integral part of the developmental roadmap of the four core business platforms. We are prudently utilizing our cash surplus to make investments in new age products, platforms, and technology investments that will focus on sustained value creation over a period of 10 to 15 years. These investments that were traditionally done as direct external investments primarily through subsidiaries is today channeled in a structured way through alternate investment funds, where we also have global renowned partners like McRitchie Investments Private Limited, an indirectly wholly owned subsidiary of Temasek Holding Limited. Let me take you through developments in each of these businesses. The performance of the core businesses is well reflected in the standalone financials of the company. The revenue from operations increased by 38.2% to rupees 21,586 million in the financial year 2023. There was a 75.5% growth in the operating PBT from 4,190 million in the financial year 2022 to 7,356 million in the financial year 2023. And operating PBT margins have increased from 26.8% in the fiscal year 2022 to 34.1% in FY 2023. Profit before tax from ordinary items increased by 54.5% to rupees 107 million in the financial year 2023, and the net cash flow from operations was rupees 7,875 million in FY 2023. Fundamental all our businesses remain, since most of the contracts or subscriptions to services on the websites have a duration for a year or less. Billing and deferred sales revenue are robust indicators of the country's expected financial performance in the next financial year, that's FY 2024. Total billing increased by 26.8% to 20,663 million in FY 2023, while the company ended FY 2023 with a deferred sales revenue of 10,185 million, a growth of 24.3% over rupees 8,196 million. There were certain headwinds faced by our core recruitment business on the market front. After 2 years of growth, we started witnessing a slowdown in global IT sector hiring. Many technology companies around the world announced layoffs as they right-sized their workforce after unprecedented hiring in the last 2 years. Though this trend may continue for a few months in the financial year 2024, there are significant new opportunities and roles emerging within the sector, driven by changing technologies. As companies get ready to adopt and leverage advancements in machine learning and generative AI. Essentially, the global IT industry is undergoing some churn as it moves forward towards the next phase of growth that will require appropriate human capital. In this period, we as a company have also laid emphasis and increased our client portfolio in the non-IT space and on hiring requirements of global capability centers, back offices that are now mushrooming all over the country. The flagship brand, Naukri.com, witnessed steady growth in FY 2023. Segment billing with acquired businesses increased by 31.7% to 19,258 million in FY 2023, while cash generation from operations increased 23.8% to 12,722 million in FY 2023. The Naukri site got around 21,000 new CV registrations per day in FY 2023, while the number of CVs increased by 8.5% to 89 million by the end of FY 2023. Embracing our ethos of staying ahead of market developments, we undertook concerted effort to enhance our brand salience amongst existing users and focus on increasing reach of our digital-led engagement and social media campaigns targeting the Generation Z audience. Consequently, marketing spends on this brand increased by 152% in the last fiscal year, that's FY 2023. Most of the other brands in the recruitment portfolio also got good traction during FY 2023. IMjobs.com recorded customer growth of 18% with over 5,700 customers by the end of FY 2023, while iris.com has grown rapidly and has more than 6,000 customers on the site today. Our SaaS-based outsourcing and screening recruitment solutions, VIAM, gained good traction in FY 2023. Ambition Box, with over 8.5 million users, 4.8 million company reviews, and 20 million plus salary contributions, has emerged as India's number one company reviews and salary insights platform. The post-COVID period has seen a rise in demand for workers in industries like manufacturing, logistics, and construction, with new businesses expanding their operations and opening new factories, warehouses, and distribution centers across India. The sharp growth in online shopping and food delivery is leading to a surge in demand for delivery executives and logistics personnel. Essentially, there is now a demand growing for blue-collar workers, and they are fast using the internet medium to seek new jobs. In this space, the company has launched jobhai.com, which has steady growth through the financial year 2023. The company has extended its presence from its base market of Delhi NCR to 19 cities, and by 31st March 2023, it has over 4.2 million job seekers on the site. Early indications do suggest an immense potential for growth in this segment. The education space saw considerable COVID-related disruption. This is now behind us, and FY 2023 witnessed stability returning to colleges and universities. Especially in terms of overseas education, there was a strong growth in the number of students going abroad. Shiksha.com, offering in the education classified and support services space, saw good traction in its domestic business and continued to grow around 20% in FY 2023. As more private universities continue to get established in India, the requirement of establishing online connect with students will continue to grow. A few years ago, we also entered the study abroad space. While today, this is a relatively small business, it is important to highlight that in FY 2023, we got over 1,000 enrollments through our counseling team. In FY 2023, Shiksha.com billings increased 28.4% to rupees 1,239 million, while revenues grew by 28.9% to rupees 1,169 million. Cash inflow from operations was rupees 211 million. After a prolonged period of low growth and even a phase of contraction, the real estate sector witnessed growth revival. By the end of the financial year 2023, unsold inventory levels had reached the lowest over the last decade. There has already been a significant shift of advertising spend from traditional print media to online space in this domain, and this is expected to continue. Increased focus on digital advertising spends is more pronounced for new launches, which are expected to grow in FY 2024 as older projects get sold out. In line with such market developments, a 99 acres business witnessed broad-based growth across all categories in this vertical: new homes, resale, rental, and commercial. Though competitive pressures have continued to increase, it is important to highlight that during FY 2023, there was a significant increase in inquiries and leads on our platform. Today in this business, we are focused on improving traffic share by fundamentally enhancing customer experience on the platform through strong emphasis on leveraging data science to create strong analytics-driven, customer-centric content and insights on the platform, improving lead quality, enhanced search engine optimization, and developing new offerings. In FY 2023, while improved market conditions played a role in higher traffic, much of it was also driven by the business team's initiative to improve the quality of content and customer interaction on our platform. These efforts were supported by a strong sales and marketing push, and we'll continue with this strategy for FY 2024 as well. For FY 2023, 99 acres billing increased by 34.8% to rupees 3,116 million, while revenues increased by 30.9% to rupees 2,845 million. The business continues to be in the investment stage and cash outflow was rupees 722 million in FY 2023. As touched upon last year, we reworked on our business strategy in Jeevan Sathi. A strong network effect is the key to succeed in such matchmaking businesses. Consequently, there is an emphasis on significantly enhancing on-site traffic and customer acquisition. This is now being done by adopting a model focused on product-led customer acquisition rather than relying on large-level brand marketing and advertising. In this endeavor, certain offerings like chat have been made free on the site. The loss in revenue on account of making certain paid services free is being offset by lower marketing spends, as was evident in the second half of FY 2023. The above strategy resulted in strong user growth and much higher levels of engagement and matches on the site in FY 2023, and at the same time, the marketing spends were also significantly reduced quarter on quarter. However, by adopting this new business model, there were lower billings and revenues in the online matrimonial portfolio in FY 2023. Despite this, segmental operating loss for Jeevan Sathi reduced from rupees 1,253 million in FY 2022 to 1,054 million in FY 2023. For our external value-creating investment portfolio, while there are some direct investments, most are now being routed through special purpose vehicles or alternate investment funds. We have already launched 3 funds in partnership with our long-term investment partner, Temasek Holdings Private Limited, through its indirect wholly owned subsidiary, namely McRitchie Investment Private Limited. These funds have so far made some 49 investments. The total commitment for these funds is around $212.5 million. From the portfolio that we have nurtured over time, 2 of the largest entities, Zomato and Policy Bazaar, got listed in FY 2022. Our investments in these 2 entities are now governed by market dynamics. In that context, one witnessed a sharp fall in the price of these shares in FY 2023, thanks to negative market sentiments for new age IT-based businesses. The mark-to-market losses are reflected in our overall consolidated results. However, we consider these to be notional in nature, and we remain committed to stay invested in these businesses and see the next level of value creation. Both businesses have shown strong positive trends through FY 2023 and are moving towards becoming profitable at the operational level in FY 2024. While making these external investments, we are also very conscious of the fact that some ventures may not succeed, and there are certain risks to these investments. The management has strong teams in place that constantly identifies, monitors, and manages these risks. The portfolios are managed as a bouquet of ventures where any individual poor financial performance by a venture can be absorbed by a large investment pool. And individual companies are continuously advised from an investor's perspective, and decisions on continued rounds of investments are taken in a well-calibrated manner. As a company, we are well positioned. Our operational business portfolio performs with an asset-light model where much of the revenue comes from advanced subscriptions. Our business operations now generate over rupees 8 billion in cash post-tax annually. The financial investments portfolio also has a well-defined approach and is now systematically structured through alternate investment funds with a strong global partner. Finally, we have a strong track record in delivering profits and regular dividend payouts to shareholders since our listing. I'm very grateful to all our employees and stakeholders who have been pillars of strength to our business history. We are now a company with strong experience in our business domain and are focused on leveraging technology, especially AI and data science related tools, to provide cutting-edge solutions to our customers. Our markets are robust and we are back on a strong post-COVID growth path. We look forward to your support for the next round of aggressive value creation. And now, The notice of the 28th Annual General Meeting and the annual report containing the audited financial statements, including the consolidated financial statements for the year ended March 31st, 2023, and the boards and auditors' reports thereon, have been sent by electronic mode to those members whose email addresses are registered with the company or with depositories. These documents have been made available on the company's website. Considering the above, the notice is being taken as read. Statutory auditors and the secretarial auditors have expressed unqualified opinion in their respective audit reports for the financial year 22-23. The statutory auditors' reports of the standalone and consolidated financial statements respectively are available on page numbers 166 and 244 of the annual report. And the secretarial auditor's report is enclosed as Annexure 3 to the board's report on page number 120 of this year's annual report. Both the auditor's report are being taken as read. Before we proceed, I'm pleased to bring to your notice that as required under the Companies Act 2013, the company has provided you the facility to cast your vote electronically on all resolutions set forth in the notice. The remote e-voting period for this purpose has commenced on Monday, August 21st, 2023, 9 a.m. and ended on Thursday, August 24th, 2023 at 5 p.m. During this period, the shareholders of the company holding shares either in physical form or in dematerialized form as of on the cutoff date, that is Friday, 18th August 2023, were able to cast their votes electronically. Members who have not cast their vote electronically and are participating in this meeting will have an opportunity to cast their votes through the e-voting system provided by NSDL. Members may please note that there will be no voting by show of hands. We now take up resolutions as set forth in the notice. We will open the floor for any questions by members and after all the resolutions have been tabled. And accordingly, I will now read out the resolutions. Item number 1 of the notice for your consideration relates to the adoption of the audited standalone and consolidated financial statements of the company for the financial year ended on March 31, 2023, together with the reports of the Board of Directors and auditors thereon. The resolution is being placed before the meeting to be passed as an ordinary resolution. Item number 2 of the notice for your consideration relates to the declaration of final dividend of rupees 9 per equity share of rupees 10 each and confirmation of the interim dividend of rupees 10 per equity share of rupees 10 each already paid for the financial year 22-23. The resolution is being placed before the meeting to be passed as an ordinary resolution. Item number 3 for your consideration is to appoint a director in place of Mr. Hitesh Oberoi, who retires by rotation and being eligible offers himself for reappointment. The text of the resolution has been provided in the notice of the AGM. The resolution is placed before the meeting to be passed as an ordinary resolution. And item number 4 for your consideration is to appoint a director in place of Mr. Chintan Thakkar, who retires by rotation and being eligible offers himself for reappointment. The text of the resolution has been provided in the notice of the AGM, and the resolution is placed before the meeting to be passed as an ordinary resolution. Item number 5 for your consideration is to appoint branch auditors and fix their remuneration. The text of the resolution has been provided in the notice of the AGM. The resolution is placed before the meeting to be passed as an ordinary resolution. And finally, item number 6 for your consideration is to appoint Mr. Sanjeev Satchar as director to be designated as an independent director of the company. The text of the resolution has been provided in the notice of the AGM. The resolution is placed before the meeting to be passed as a special resolution. We now move on to our discussion with the members who have registered themselves as speakers with the company for raising their queries or to share their views on any items of the notice of the AGM or on the financial statements of the company for the financial year 22-23. Those members who have not registered themselves as speakers can communicate and share their comments or queries, if any, through communication box appearing on the screen. The company would reply to all these queries within 15 days. Members are requested to quote their email ID along with the complete queries on the communication box. Before we commence the Q&A session, I request Bevin, the moderator of this meeting, to share guidelines for the Q&A session.
Thank you, sir. I will quickly share a few guidelines for the Q&A session. We will request the pre-registered speaker shareholders to ask their question one by one. Members are requested to unmute their microphone on their names being called out before speaking, and they may also enable their webcam if they wish to appear on the video. Each shareholder will have 2 minutes for their queries in order to give opportunity to all other pre-registered speaker shareholders. Once you have asked the question, you can mute yourself and continue to watch the proceedings. Answers to the queries raised by the shareholders will be provided by management once all the speaker shareholders have spoken. Members may also note that the company reserves the right to limit the number of members asking questions depending on the availability of time, and those shareholders who are unable to speak due to connectivity issues would be allowed to speak once the other shareholders have been given a chance to speak. We now invite our first speaker member, Manas Gupta, to kindly accept the prompt on your screen. You may unmute your audio and video and proceed with your question.
Good evening, everyone. I would like to congratulate the company for such a good operational performance. But I was just concerned about the segments which are burning cash right now, and by what timeline can I expect them to be profitable? Thank you.
Thank you so much. We now move to our next speaker member, Santosh Bhutani. Request you to kindly accept the prompt on your screen, unmute your audio and video, and you may proceed with your question. We will wait for a moment while the speaker member unmutes their audio and video. Yes, sir, you may proceed. Sorry, sir, we are unable to hear you. Your voice is breaking. If you could just get to a stable...
Am I audible, sir? Am I audible?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Now you are audible.
Very good answer, good sir. After your three speech, our point for nothing now pending. You have already stated in your sales future stated financial portfolio, and your company is regular paying dividend, and total item of 6 of the agenda. As a members, Dosh Bhutani and MP Bhutani, we are different folio having last 3 number 109 and 702 are your folio. Sir, one thing we want to know that in the present situation, what will be the most priorities of our company to enhance the profitability as well as the revenue for this financial year 23-24, and your value creation roadmap for the financial year 24-25, and where do you see our company in terms of size and capitalization in the year 25? Sir, I really appreciate the efforts of the company secretary and his team for sending notice well in time, and all section has been covered in very efficient and transparent manner in the annual report. Sir, I wish the company all the best and hope to see a healthy growth in business and size of the company in coming time, and I hope the company will definitely enhance their profitability, even challenges and some negative market segments. Even then, our company will perform better and better every quarter, every year and year. Thank you very much, Chairman, sir. Thank you very much. and my and our two shareholder points has been covered in now this. Thank you very much, sir.
Thank you so much. We now move to our next speaker member, Sanjay Banik. Request you to kindly accept the prompt on your screen. You may unmute your audio and video and proceed with your question.
Hello, am I audible?
Yes, sir. You may proceed.
Hello. Hello.
Yes, sir. We can hear you. You may proceed with your question. Mr. Sanjay Banik?
Hello.
Yes, sir. You may proceed.
Hello, am I audible?
Yes, you
Yes,
are. Go ahead.
Hello.
I don't think he can hear us.
Yeah.
Hello, am I audible?
Mr. Banik, we can hear you. Can you hear us?
Okay. Sir, I'm Sanjay Panik from Kolkata, and I'm the shareholder of Infoedge India Limited. Sir, at the outset of the meeting, I want to congratulate the company for giving excellent result in the last financial year. And Kapil sir's first statements was very informative, and the annual report was also very informative. So thank you for making such informative annual report. Sir, at the first of the my statement, I want to point out some questions. I don't have any sayings in Naukri's operating performance, but as regard 99 acres, it is stated that in the annual report that it is a leading player and bright brand image, and it is an established business model. And it has a 18% CAGR of billing over last decade. But why so much of marketing expenses being incurred year after year? It's a loss-making business over the years. Same goes for the Naukri. Same goes for the Jivan Sati also. Your marketing expenses on the total on the page number 15, you stated that as a percentage of the billing, the marketing expenses of these two businesses are higher. 1023 crores for Jivan Sati and 1023 million for Jivan Sati and 1069 million for 199 acres. So much of marketing expenses, but these are loss-making businesses. Number two is, sir, why don't our company has any present outside the Gulf countries? Is there any constraint? As you have mentioned in the MGT section, that the company present in all the cities of the in India and also the Gulf countries, but in other than Gulf countries, there is no presence of our company. Why, sir? Next, sir, one more thing, that in the page number 113 in AOC 1 section, where subsidiary, joint venture, associate companies details are mentioned. So in this case, the company has many subsidiaries companies, but all are loss making when we see after profit after tax. Except some few companies, all are loss making. So these actually bring down the overall profitability of our organization. Naukri's performance cannot be seen because of this. So you should look after this and take corrective actions. That's all, sir. I have nothing any query regarding Naukri. Naukri is performing very well. Thank you, sir. Thank you for providing me opportunity, and thank you for providing to speak at the very renowned management team. Thank you.
Thank you so much. We now move to our next speaker member, Gaurav Liladhar Rozvatkar. Request you to kindly accept the prompt on your screen. We will wait for a moment while the speaker member unmutes their audio and video. Yes, sir. You
Hello.
may
Am I audible?
unmute your audio and proceed. Yes, sir.
Perfect. Namaskar to one and all. I am Gaurav Liladhar Rozatkar joining today's 20th annual general meet of Infoedge from Berlin, Germany. I wanted to state that the annual report of the company is very informative. I also request company to also focus simultaneously on the CSR work as much as possible as it is the need for the humanity. Also, with this, I would like to request company to take severe actions regarding to the environmental related issues, as a small or minute difference can make a huge change for us in future. With this, I would also like to state that company should continue hybrid meetings in future so that people from various intellect regardless to their geographical location can share their views and thoughts. And finally, I wanted to also state that if as I am in Germany, so I will be always available to grab an opportunity for something nice idea in future, and I will be available via email, which will be glr21glr@gmail.com. And lastly, I would like to thank the management to taking follow up and giving me this platform to share my views and thoughts. Thank you so much. Good day.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. We holder but has not joined the meeting. So we now move to our next speaker member, Lekha Satish Shah. Lekha Satish Shah also had registered as a speaker shareholder but has currently not joined the meeting. So we move to our next speaker member, Anand Prakash Jindal. Request you to kindly accept the prompt on your screen. You may unmute your audio and video and proceed.
देखो ना कितना मस्त टीम बनने के 10 मिनट बाकी है।
नमस्कार चेयरमैन साहब, मैं दिल्ली से बोल रहा हूँ।
4:17 की ट्रेन 4:17 की
आवाज आ रही है?
6 बजे।
हेलो
Yes, sir. We are able to hear you.
हाँ, नमस्कार चेयरमैन साहब, मैं दिल्ली से बोल रहा था और मीटिंग में जुड़ने का उद्देश्य आपको देखना और आपकी बातें सुनना था। आपने आशा के अनुरूप ही चेयरमैन स्पीच दी और काफ़ी अच्छा विस्तृत कंपनी के बारे में बताया और मैं तो प्रश्न पूछने की बजाय दो बातें आपसे कहना चाहता हूँ। जो आपने लास्ट में शिक्षा प्रोटोकॉल के बारे में कहा, वो हमारी प्राइमरी बेसिक चीज़ है, तो थोड़ा सा उसकी तरफ ज़्यादा ध्यान दीजिए और उसको आगे प्रमोट कीजिए, क्योंकि उसी से पढ़ के और आगे बच्चे जो सीख के आएंगे वही नौकरी और 99acre.com पर सबको दे पाएंगे। वो आपका हमारा एक प्रोफेशन के साथ साथ एक लोगों की जीवन शैली को आगे बढ़ाने में भी सहायता देगी। और दूसरा सर, मैं आपसे पूछना चाहता हूँ, क्या इस फाइनेंशियल ईयर में हमारी किसी कंपनी का सब्सिडी का कोई इशू आने की संभावना हो? तो जबकि इस टाइम IPO की मार्केट काफ़ी अच्छा कर रही है, तो मैं आशा करता हूँ कि हमें भी इस अपॉर्चुनिटी का फायदा उठाना चाहिए। मेरे से पहले प्रीवियस स्पीकर ने कहा कि कुछ कंपनियां हमारी लॉस मेकिंग है, तो क्या उनको हमें अपने साथ मर्जर करने की योजना हो तो उसको भी ध्यान दिया जाए। आपसे प्रश्न पूछना तो सूरज को दीपक दिखाने की तरह है, क्योंकि आपने करके दिखाया है, कहने की आवश्यकता नहीं होती। और आपकी जो चेहरे की स्माइल है वो ऑलरेडी ये शो कर रही है कि आपकी जो स्माइल काम करके दिखाने के बाद जो आत्मविश्वास होता है उससे भरी हुई है। आपको सहयोग देने के लिए हमारे MD साहब और फाइनेंशियल और जो अन्य ऑफिसर्स हैं और अन्य जो डायरेक्टर्स हैं उनका सहयोग मिलता है। और आज आपने इस टेबल पे जो भी रेजुलेशन रखे हैं और जिन जिन डायरेक्टर्स का री अपॉइंटमेंट है उनको मैं शुभकामनाएं देता हूँ। उनके अपॉइंटमेंट होने के बाद आपके कंधों को और मजबूती मिलेगी, क्योंकि आपका विजन स्पष्ट और क्लियर है। जो कल दिखता है वो आज आप सोचते हैं और उसका फायदा हमेशा कंपनी को और शेयर होल्डर को मिलता है। मैं दूसरी बात, एक अपने इन्वेस्टर डिपार्टमेंट जिसमें शेयर डिपार्टमेंट भी कहते हैं, उन्होंने इस मीटिंग को सफल बनाने के लिए और उनके साथ जो भी टीम के मेंबर्स हैं बहुत अच्छा एफर्ट्स किया सर। यही आपकी गुड कॉर्पोरेट गवर्नेंस है कि आपने एक माइनॉरिटी शेयर होल्डर्स को, कोई अभी मेरे से पहले शेयर होल्डर जर्मनी से जुड़े थे, आपका प्यार और आपको देखना और सुनना, यही आपकी टीम नेटवर्क का नतीजा है। आपके नेतृत्व में जब हम अगले साल मिलेंगे इसी माध्यम से, मैं समझता हूँ जो शेयर प्राइस आज यहाँ है
और आपकी मेहनत जरूर रंग लाएगी, वो इससे डबल होगा और 5 अंकों की जो अंक सीमा होती है उससे भी ऊपर जाएगा। सर, आपके लिए सुखद भविष्य के लिए जितनी बार मैं आपके लिए शुभकामनाएं करूं उतना ही कम है। नमस्कार। जय।
बहुत बहुत शुक्रिया। थैंक यू।
Thank you so much. We now move to our next speaker member, Ankur Chanda. We request you to kindly accept the prompt on your screen, unmute your audio and video, and you may proceed with your question.
Sir, I am audible?
Yes, sir, you may proceed.
Okay. Good afternoon to everyone. Sir, our corporate governance is too good, तो सर इसलिए कोई दिक्कत तो है ही नहीं, लेकिन मैं सर एक चीज छोटी सी मैं फिर भी जानना चाहता था कि अगर हम अपने पिछले 5 साल के रिजल्ट्स को देखें, प्रॉफिट्स को देखें तो ठीक है, लेकिन अगर हम सिर्फ पिछले साल 2021-22 और फिर 22-23 को देखें तो उसमें बहुत वेरिएशन है, तो वो वेरिएशन क्यों आई सर? जैसे मतलब 2021-22 में तो रिजल्ट बहुत मतलब प्रॉफिट बहुत है, लेकिन 2022 में वो प्रॉफिट ड्रॉप होके बहुत कम हो गए। बस इसी बारे में जानना चाह रहा था, बाकी तो हम कोई दिक्कत है नहीं कंपनी से, ना सेक्रेटरियल डिपार्टमेंट भी बहुत अच्छा काम कर रहा है, उनकी भी दिक्कत नहीं है, पर इस बारे में मुझे बताइएगा सर। बस धन्यवाद।
Thank you. We now move to our next speaker member, Mahinder Pal Bhutani. Mahinder Pal Bhutani had registered as a speaker shareholder but has currently not joined the meeting. So we move to our next speaker member, Gagan Kumar. We request you to kindly accept the prompt on your screen. You may unmute your audio and video and proceed.
Am I audible?
Yes, sir. You may proceed.
Yeah. Good evening, Mr. Chairman, Board of Directors and fellow shareholders. Myself, Gagan Kumar. I am joining this meeting from Delhi. Sir, I am a very old shareholder of your company, and I would like to thank you for in-depth speech which contains all the aspects of your future as well as the present. Sir, I want to ask one or two questions from you. That as Zomato share is listed and we get liquidity from the same, so what is our plan of investment from that money? And my second question is, as we are in this business from last more than 2 decades, where we see our company in next 5 years, sir? That is all from my side. At the end, I would like to thank our CFO, our CS for maintaining such a high standard of corporate governance. Over to you, moderator.
Thank you, sir. We now move to our next speaker member, Manjeet Singh. Kindly accept the prompt on the screen. You may unmute your audio and video and you may proceed with your question. Yes, sir. You may proceed with your question. So your audio is very low, sir. Can you kindly come closer to the mic?
देखो आप सब ढूंढ लेगा, उधर कल बताया, देखो यूपी किस साइड है।
इन्फोएज की मैनेजमेंट टीम और इन्फोएज के स्ट्रेटजिकल टीम और माय को शेयर होल्डर, मैं सभी का स्वागत करता हूं। इस तरह से फाउंड हुआ था हमारा शेयर, मतलब जो आपकी नींव रखी थी हमारे फाउंडर ने, जो 1995-97 में, वो आज ग्रोथ कर इतना बड़ा बन गया है। इसकी मैं आपको मुबारकबाद दूंगा कि इतनी मेहनत के साथ आप इस कंपनी को चला रहे हैं। जून क्वार्टर के रिजल्ट आपके बहुत अच्छे रहे हैं, हमारी सेल अप रही है और ईयर टू ईयर परसेंटेज में भी अप रही है, और आने वाले 3 क्वार्टर में हमें और उम्मीद है कि आप इसी तरह से जान से मेहनत करेंगे और रिजल्ट हमारे अच्छे आएंगे, इसकी हमें पूरी उम्मीद है। सर, कॉर्पोरेट गवर्नेंस के अंदर जहाँ तक कॉर्पोरेट एक्शन की बात है, मेरी एक छोटी सी दरखास्त है आपसे कि हमारा 10 रुपये फेस वैल्यू का जो शेयर है उसको आप स्टॉक स्प्लिट की तरफ कुछ ध्यान करेंगे। अगर ये शेयर स्टॉक स्प्लिट होगा तो इसका जो BSE NSE में वॉल्यूम है वो बढ़ेगा और हमारे लिए अच्छा रहेगा ये। अगर आप इस तरफ ध्यान करेंगे तो बहुत अच्छा रहेगा। 99 एकड़ जीवन साथी शिक्षा ऑनलाइन के जो प्लेटफॉर्म है रियल एस्टेट के और एजुकेशन में, इसमें आपने बिल्कुल अपना झंडा गाड़ा है। जैसे हिंदुस्तान ने अपना चंद्रयान पर झंडा गाड़ा है, उसी तरह से आप इन क्षेत्रों में बिल्कुल अग्रणी श्रेणी में आते हैं, जिसकी मैं आपको मुबारकबाद देना चाहूंगा। सर, जो हमारे पास इतना रिजर्व है 350 करोड़ के करीब का, इसका हम इन्वेस्टमेंट करेंगे कहीं या कोई डाइवर्सिफाइड बिजनेस में हम आएंगे, इसकी हम शेयर होल्डर आपसे क्या उम्मीद करते हैं? आप थोड़ा इस बारे में अगर डिटेल से बताएंगे तो अच्छा रहेगा। प्रमोटर होल्डिंग जो आपकी थोड़ी लो दिखती है, तो उसमें आप क्या बाय बैक ला सकते हैं? इसकी हम उम्मीद रखते हैं आपसे। अगर ऐसा कोई बोर्ड मीटिंग में जिक्र होता है तो आने वाले टाइम में अनाउंसमेंट आएगी क्या कोई इसकी हम आपकी उम्मीद रखें। आपके सेक्रेटरियल डिपार्टमेंट ने जितनी मेहनत और मॉडरेटर ने हमें जितनी मेहनत से आपसे जोड़ा है, उनको हम बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद करते हैं। एनएससी में आपका जो सिंबल है इन्फो एज, उसकी रिस्पेक्ट को रखते गए हुए आप कंपनी को अच्छी तरह अग्रसर करेंगे और शेयर होल्डर का विश्वास बढ़ेगा और वो उसको ट्रेडिंग की इन्वेस्टमेंट की वैल्यू उसको अच्छी मिलेगी। हम इस चीज की उम्मीद करते हैं। थैंक यू फॉर द सेक्रेटरियल टीम ऑफ इन्फोएज, थैंक यू फॉर द मैनेजमेंट टीम ऑफ इन्फोएज। गुड इवनिंग सर।
Thank you.
Thank you. We now move to our next speaker member, Urmila Jain. Urmila Jain had connected as a speaker shareholder, had registered but is not connected at the moment. So we move to our next speaker member, Ashok Kumar Jain. Request you to kindly accept the prompt in your screen. You may unmute your audio and video and proceed with your question.
I'm audible, sir. Hello.
Yes, sir, you are audible.
Good afternoon, Chairman, sir, Board of Director, and my co-fellow shareholder who joined the AGM on VC portal. I am first of all thanks to the Chairman, sir, Board of Directors to give us a excellent performance during the year 22-23. And secondly, I thanks to the company secretary and secretary department to help me to join the AGM on PC platform, sir.
मैंने इसमें डाले थे
Sir, as per the previous shareholder, the company has a healthy reserve. Can company issue a bonus share in future? Secondly, company has invested in so many companies during the financial year 22-23. Kindly update about the investment, sir. And may the in the near future, any of one company which we are invested in that company, that these company may be क्या IPO आएंगी नियर फ्यूचर में, जैसे कि प्रीवियसली जोमेटो और पीवी फिनटेक का IPO आए थे सर. I thanks to the secretary department. I support all the resolutions and thank you, sir. Thank you.
Thank you so much. We now move to our next speaker member, Yashpal Chopra. Request you to kindly accept the prompt in your screen.
Right away.
You may unmute your audio and video and proceed with your question. We will wait for a moment while the speaker member unmutes their audio.
I'm audible now?
Yes, sir, you are audible. You may proceed.
Okay. Myself, Yashpal Chopra, calling from Delhi. I am a shareholder of the company since inception, since that IPO level. And I have been speaking in almost all the meetings, whether it was physical or on this AGM. Sir, I'm very much proud of Mr. Kapoor, sir, because he is handling not only one business, he is handling multiple business, and all the business relating to our this Naukri.com or this real estate or the marriage.com or the shiksha.com. They are all those business which are for the community growth. that is just relieving the pains of the people. They are just solving their problem. So this is a very, very big thing. He is taking the blessings of so many people. So that is a very, very big thing. And sir, as regards the performance of the last year, it is excellent performance because this is in spite of the turbulent global economy having a shade of that and on our economy. And virtually this performance is for just for 2 quarters only. Because that was in spite of under the circumstances when there was over inflation, there was a rise in the interest rate, and there was a threat of the corona and all that, and still our company did it because it was you and your management. This is your capability, your vision that you have taken the company to the higher heights. That as regard the future, rest assured, the future is very, very bright because now the GDP growth is going to be up and there will be enough of liquidity in the hands of the consumers and the good time is coming. So naturally we can expect more positive results. Sir, but I have got some queries that you must have, perhaps you have acquired in this pre-IPO, in this Zomato and PB. And I just want to find out when you are deciding to liquidate that thing. Because I just want to find out your program as to when you are going to liquidate that. And second thing I want to find out the status of that fund in which we have just invested in other companies which are yet to come. So I just want to find out the status of that fund. And the next query is regarding those consolidated subsidiaries. We are having so many subsidiaries and we are spending a lot on their maintenance. Why do not we consolidate them? We may merge them in our own company. So that will strengthen our company as well as reduce the cost of maintenance of those companies. So this is the 3 queries from my side. And before I close, I must compliment our CFO, our compliance officer, our company secretary, and I shall not forget to thank even the moderator for getting me a chance to speak. And before I close, I will pray God for the positivity to the company, to the management, to all the employees, because the positivity means the strength of the company, and strength of the company means the strength of my investment. And so wishing you very, very many greetings for the coming festival, because now the season of festival is going to start, and just Raksha Bandhan is after 2 days, and then there is a line of almost 20 days festival. So I wish you and your team members and all the dedicated employees best of luck. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you so much. We now move to our last speaker member, Rakesh Kumar.
Sure.
Request you to kindly accept the prompt on your screen